Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is Jonathan with Fishing with Faith Outdoors. I'm glad y'all tuned in today. I have something very special to talk about. Been wanting to do this video for a while, and I figured this would be a good time to do it. If you would, just stick around and we'll get right in it. Thanks for watching. All right, so first things first, thanks for everyone that's been subscribed to my channel. Thanks for everybody that's been anticipating. I know there's been some scammer issues, and we're going on over all that. If you would check them videos out so you can get up to date what's going on, and I think for the most part we got it under control. But again, thanks for every one of you. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be able to do this, and not only if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be doing this at all. So thank God for having y'all here to support my channel. And I'd like to mention there will be a giveaway at the end of this month, and y'all stay tuned for that. And hopefully somebody will enjoy the stuff that I have to offer. All right, so let's talk about this. As you've seen this description about the live scope, I don't know nothing about live scope other than what I see on TV. I don't even have a live scope. I don't do you ever want to buy one? I don't know. I mean, they're just way too expensive for what for my budget. But I mean, do you need it? I mean, it depends on the person how you want to fish. But live scope has proven something I saw the other day. Okay, and I didn't see this under the water. I seen this sitting on a bank watching a pond that I fish at, just sitting there watching the pond. It was really windy, it was extremely cold, and when I say the wind was extremely cold, and it was really windy, and I seen so much activity on a day you would think would be like, you just don't want to go fishing. Okay, so live scope, these guys, these pros talking about the live scope and what they're seeing. I just watched a video just a little while ago, Todd Castledine talking about, he touched on this, that you know, him watching live scope, having live scope, it showed that fish are doing things that go against everything that everybody's ever been taught. And you spend a lot of time underwater with any kind of camera equipment, you will see that it is proven that God is in control of his creation. A lot of people think that this world is millions and millions of years old. That could be more farthest from the truth, because if you read your Bibles, and I'm a King James Bible believer, and if you read the Bible, it will tell you that God created the world in 6 days, and everything he created after his own kind. Okay, so he created every creature, to the biggest giraffe, to the microscopic unseen creature, his own image. Well, not his own image, but he created it in what he thought would be the best design for that creature. So bass, fish, everything goes against everything that man tries to put their hands on or puts their minds and thoughts around. God did that on purpose. He didn't want man controlling his creation. He is in control, and he makes, if the bass are doing something we see on top of the water, we can't see in the water because we don't live in the water. He's sitting there laughing. He's like, well, y'all think y'all got these animals figured out, but guess what? I created them. They're doing stuff. Yeah, you see what they're doing, and they're catching them doing this and this, but that bass is totally different than what you think it is. So I think the biggest thing is we just got to give God the glory for his creation, and just understand, you know, quit trying to break the code. We're not going to break the code. The code's never going to be broken because there's no code. There is God and there's earth, and God created the earth. Why we need to figure anything else out? Just give God the glory for creation. That's science and stuff like that's cool. I mean, I don't have a problem with science. Evolution, I have a problem with it because it's not biblical. And it's not science. It is a religion that people believe they came from a rock that came from nowhere. It's impossible. There's a creator. If you go on YouTube and look up Dr. Kent Hovind on YouTube, he will explain every bit of this. He's an awesome scientist. He's great. He's a really great man. I would definitely highly recommend him. I will leave his YouTube channel in the link or in the description below. All right, so with all that being said, God is in control of creation. He created the bass. The bass are going to do things that God created the bass to do. We're not going to break the code. We're not going to figure them out. We can spend hundreds and hundreds of years under the water with video cameras, equipment, and every year we produce something different because God created bass to do what bass do. We're just out here trying to catch them. And God knew that. And I believe God knew, okay, bass, fish in general will have to be caught to be eaten. And to keep people from overfishing, and there's a lot of that does go on. I mean, you can't control all of it, or you're not going to stop all of it, and God knows this. But to keep people from just, all right, get out there, and a couple techniques will catch every fish every time. So God created fish, the bass, to be its own nature, its own deal. You're not going to catch them every day. I mean, you can, but it's going to be, some days it's going to be easy, some days it's going to be really, 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 really tough. All right? Just because you see them on live scope doesn't mean you're going to catch them. I mean, that's been proven as well. So what I'm going with this right here is what I want to show. This is what I want to talk about. I was out here on the bank of this pond, just sitting there waiting on the owner to show up. He wanted to talk about some stuff and show me some stuff. So waiting on the owner to get there. It was probably about a 30-minute wait. I was sitting on this bank. It was really cold. I was just sitting there just looking and watching. And the wind was blowing. I don't know how, it was blowing hard enough that it was really putting some good ripples on the water. And the pond's down in a deep hole, okay? Down in a holler. If you country folk, hill folk, down in a holler. That's where this pond was. And it was blowing this water pretty dang good in several different directions. The wind was just kind of, it gets down in them holes and they'll kind of spin around and do the same thing. But anyway, out of nowhere, this breeze came through and blew for a couple seconds, and out of nowhere, this bass streaked right through the middle of the pond. Now the pond ain't that big. It's probably 5 or 6 acre pond, if that. It may not even be that big. And I could see, and I was good distance from it. I was probably a good almost 65 yards away from the middle of the pond where I was sitting. If not, it could have been close to 100 yards. But anyway, I'm gonna say 70 yards from where I was to the middle of the pond up on this hill. And if I seen that fish, and yeah, this is one of the fish tail, but it was a good sized fish. It had to be in somewhere, and I've caught big fish out of this lake, out of this pond. Y'all seen the videos. If it wasn't a 6-pounder, I'm sorry, I'll tell you about it. If it wasn't an 8-pounder, it was a 6-pounder. I mean, it was a nice sized fish, but what I'm getting at is it streaked across its fin, dorsal fin, peeled during wake out behind it, chasing something. Okay, when that wind blew through, that fish went to chasing something. So, and I seen all kinds of activity. He was like, man, it's cold, the fish, nothing's moving that fast. Oh, moving very fast. Okay, that joker was getting it. All right, so with that being said, just because it's cold outside, or just because you hear all this chatter on YouTube and all this, and I've even done it myself because I was believing the same stuff and seeing that same experience, but now I'm experiencing different stuff, seeing different stuff. Okay, now up north, guys, it may be totally different. Down here in the south, I'm seeing this fish very active on very cold days. And yeah, when the wind was blowing, I'm already hearing chatter that when there's a cold wind, the fish shut down. It was kind of overcast day. That fish wasn't shut down, and he was eating, man. You know, fish don't move that fast because he's getting away from it, that big of a fish. No, he's chasing something. He's the top predator in that lake or pond. Okay, so, and then a couple weeks later, as a matter of fact, it was in one of my videos. I meant to save the video and put it on here, but I forgot to save it. I was sitting there fishing, and I forgot what I was doing. I was dragging a dead rig or something. And boom! I mean, it was a cold, bright, sunny day, cold. Boom! Something hit top water. I don't know what it was, but if it wasn't a beaver, I highly doubt it was a catfish. Catfish makes a little whoop sound. But this, like, it hit something, like it was chasing, it hit something, and it busted the water like it would a topwater frog or something like that. And I was like, that had to be a bass. I don't know, I didn't see it, okay? But I'm just thinking in my mind of everything I know and what I seen, that had to be a bass. So I'm just letting y'all know. All right, so this is what I want to point out. Be your own scientist. Do your own research, okay? Whether you're against live scope or for it, it doesn't matter. It's there, and let whoever's over that deal with that. Like me, and trying to relate to y'all as everyday fishermen that don't have a lot of money to pour in electronics and all that. Be your own scientist. You know, go out there, give God the glory for his creation and fish. Take what you know and what you learn, and forget all the chatter on YouTube about live scope, colors, this and this and this. Look, it's really simple. And people can complicate things very much because people are going to do what people do. You know, fish are multiple colors. Bait fish are white, silver, and shiny. Brim are purple, gold, yellow, green. If they're in tannic water, they're black. I mean, what's so complicated about that? If you're dark waters, dark colors. If you're clear waters, natural colors. You don't have to worry about, you know, green pumpkin, blue flake, gold trim. I honestly believe fish don't particular see individual colors. Okay, now take this as an example, and I don't want to get off on a color rant. Take this as an example. You go to a restaurant. Okay, you know what you like to eat. I like fried chicken. Okay, I like macaroni and cheese, and I like peach cobbler and collard greens. Well, the collard greens have a little bit different color, but I like collard greens. You eat them anyway. Oh, these are good. They look a little different, but they're good. Well, the mac and cheese is not as gold as the other mac and cheese I usually like. You're going to eat it, or the fried chicken is a little bit darker than I usually like it, but you eat the fried chicken. A lion chases down the gazelle. Well, that gazelle fur is darker than the other gazelle, but he eats that one anyway. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It is the structure, the outline. That's a brim. I'm hungry and I want a brim. Don't matter if he's got purple flake, green, gold, chrome belly. That looks like a brim and I want a brim, all right? That's a chicken leg and I want to eat a chicken leg, okay? Y'all get what I'm saying. Don't get hung up on color. Get hung up on narrowing down your techniques. Get those things honed in, because that's what's most important, how you're presenting that bait, okay? How am I getting the bait to the fish, or the fish in the area? And if there are fish in the area, I want to present my bait in the most natural way as possible. Color is irrelevant. Yes, important in some areas. Fish are eating bait fish colors. Fish eating brim colors. It doesn't matter if it's green, purple, chrome belly, green pumpkin, silhouette, it's a brim, okay? All right, so y'all get the aspect. Y'all get the idea. So, like I said, don't get too hung up on all this chatter on YouTube, okay? Focus on what God has given us. Take what he's given us, give him the glory, and he will give you the answers, okay? He created everything the way he wanted it, and it is the way it is, the way he designed it. And everybody trying to crack this code, God is in control. You're not going to crack the code, because there's no code to crack. Go fishing, enjoy fishing, and teach somebody else how to fish, and teach somebody else about God. God sent his only begotten son, Jesus, down on the cross for sins. He was here. He came here to save man from himself. And he poured his blood on the altar to do just that. Thanks for watching. And I hope every one of y'all have a great week. God bless. We'll see y'all the next one.